Hello, K-12 blended and online learning participants. I cannot believe that this is the beginning of our last week together. I want to congratulate all of you on succeeding in week 7. This is our 7th and next to last wrap-up video for our class. I want to address what happened in our course in this very busy week. Once again, this week was not for the casual learner. I know that each of you who take the time to watch these weekly wrap-up videos are working very hard with every intention of completing this course. I'm impressed with your endurance and your efforts. This past week, we asked you to develop a module for a blended or online class. I know this was challenging. Many of you had never created a website of any kind before. After reviewing a few of them, it certainly looks like you've done an excellent job. This assignment is my favorite in the course because now you've actually created a learning experience you can take back to your students. In addition, this week, you evaluated unit plans of your peers. Thank you for taking the time to give thoughtful feedback. I know each classmate appreciates it. As a class, the average unit plan score was over 16 out of 18. So nice job. In the forums this week, it's been much quieter than it was the first half of the class. However, this is expected. We still have nearly 400 of you actively participating. I really enjoyed reading your optional posts this week, where many of you shared the URLs of your modules. You were giving each other feedback and encouragement. If you didn't get a chance to read Larry Singleton's post, where he shared a module about computer-aided design, maybe you can go back and find it. He used Google Sites to develop his module. He then embedded some Google Drive files and an introductory Voki to greet his students. A Voki is a free Web 2.0 tool that allows you to create an avatar with voiceover technologies. It's a creative approach, and I don't think it's silly at all, as Mr. Singleton asked. Many of you used web creation tools other than the 3 tools I suggested. In fact, Gigi Whiteside used Wix, as did several dozen of you. Your modules looked great on that platform. So many of you may actually want to take Ms. Whiteside's lead and try out Wix for your own classrooms in the future. While I can't respond to each individually on the discussion forums, those of you on Twitter or Edmodo have had great success in getting your questions directly to me, even if it's been rather quiet lately. I understand that the assignments were challenging and they ate up most of your time and attention. Any of you can tweet me directly at Lokey-Vega, and I see most of those tweets posted using one of our course hashtags. Now, this week marks the beginning of our final week together in class. The past 3 weeks have been especially challenging, but this final week really is just a means to close the course and help you make connections with the content and each other. Week 8 will not require the same amount of time and energy that you've put into the course these past 3 weeks, so take a deep breath and relax a little. However, don't stop listening. We have a few items you need to attend to in order to earn those statements of accomplishment. First, in order for you to see how you've learned and how far you've come in this journey, take the post-assessment. This is the same self-assessment you took at the beginning of the course. However, this time when you take it, you've actually done some of the work of a blended or online teacher. I hope you see some more impressive growth. In our last required discussion forum, I want you to discuss your growth and your plans to continue learning and growing as a blended and online teacher. Second, you need to evaluate the learning modules of 3 peers by next Sunday. You can find the peer evaluations by simply returning to the same location you uploaded your own module assignment. You must complete all peer evaluations in order for your full module grade to count. If you don't do this, there's a penalty that will affect your module grade. Don't forget to complete these by Sunday, March 2nd. Keep in mind that by evaluating the work of your peers, you're actively learning. Not only do you know how to design and create a learning module, you can now judge the quality of an online learning module. So the third item this week, please consider taking the time to complete the optional survey. This will really help Jordan and I know how we can do better in a second iteration of this course. We'll also use it to inform our research on how universities can use MOOCs as a means to serve teachers and school districts. Taking the time to honestly complete this anonymous survey is the perfect way to say thank you to me, Jordan, and everyone at KSU who worked so hard to make this course available to you for free. Finally, in our Week 8 instructions, we share with you ways to seek various forms of credit for successfully completing this MOOC. All of these forms of credit, though, require your statement of accomplishment. So I want to get those statements to you as soon as possible, but you'll need to give me and the team a few days after the completion of Week 8. Once you have that statement of accomplishment, then you can seek these other forms of credit. So be patient and look for my final wrap-up video next week, as well as any announcements or emails after the course is over. These final communications will help us be sure that each of you get everything out of this course that you intend. Since I cannot say it enough, I want to thank my teaching team again, Jordan, Josie, and Angie, for another great week. I also want to thank each of you, again, for committing yourself to our learning community. I look forward to hearing from you this last week in our discussion forums, Twitter, Edmodo, and maybe in office hours. Have a great final week. Bye, everyone.